1 says, the examples that the author gives to back up his point are. So this is definitely not an explicit question that gives us a specific line reference. This is more of an inferential question. So we have to kind of think back to what we read in the passage and decide what kind of examples this guy used. So in general, the passage is really reflective about the author's own life. So we see I throughout this passage, so it's really personal. So the examples that he uses are definitely personal stories. So if we look at the answer choices, we want to think about something that refers back to the author. So A is allegorical. So an allegory is definitely not something personal. It's something that teaches a moral and that it's, an overarching theme. So it's not personal stories. So A is definitely out. B says cautionary. So most of the examples that the author uses are not cautionary examples. They range in what they're doing, but they're definitely not all cautionary. So that's too specific for us. C says anecdotal. And you might not know what anecdotal means or what an anecdote is, but an anecdote is a personal story that can be used as an example. So that's exactly what we are looking for here, but if you didn't know that, you should just leave it in as a mystery, and we can go on and look at D and E to see if we might be able to eliminate them. D says epistolary, and that's definitely something that you might not know, so you can leave that one in as a mystery as well. And E is satirical, which is just the adjective form of satire, which we know means to poke fun. So his examples are not poking fun at anything, so E is out. So if you weren't sure of C and you're probably not sure of D, you're down to a 50-50 shot, and we definitely know that at that point we should guess. The correct answer is C, which we talked about is a personal example, and epistolary just means something that's carried on through written letters. So the examples that he talks about are not about him writing letters, so it's definitely not our answer, and we know that it's an anecdotal example.